Okay, this is gonna be part two to what if Shanks trained Luffy, and where we left off was Shanks telling Garp about Luffy's devil fruit. Garp will be startled and ask Shanks how Luffy got his hands on the devil fruit. Shanks will say, "We had a box with the devil fruit in it, and I was turned away talking to Makino." Makino's the bartender. And Shanks said, then while talking to Makino, Luffy opened the box and ate the fruit. Garp will say, "Huh, that's kind of weird that you guys found a devil fruit near Fuchsia Village. Since I've been here nearly all my life, and I haven't seen one yet." And Shanks will then say, "Well, we found this devil fruit somewhere near the Grand Line, and we were sailing back to meet someone. And when Luffy hears Grand Line, he is going to be curious and ask Shanks what it was." And Shanks will say, That's the great ocean that the Pirate King conquered." And that's when Luffy will say, is his infamous speech or sentence, "I'm gonna be king of the pirates." And when Shanks hears this, he gets a giant grin on his face, while Garp is more upset. And Garp will say, "We'll tell Shanks, you've corrupted my grandson." And Shanks will just laugh and say, "Alright, let's go train." And he calls his crew with him. And this is going to be a time skip up to, I'm going to say, 6 months. And as those 6 months have passed, Luffy turns 6, and I believe Ace turns 8. I'm pretty sure Ace turned 9 or 10 during this time, so does Sabo. But Luffy hasn't met Ace yet, because Garp hasn't thought of taking Luffy to see Dodon yet. And as those 6 months passed, Luffy actually ends up learning observation pretty easily. And then tell Shanks, "I thought I was going to learn ornament easier." And Shanks will say, "I guess you have more of a affinity for observation. That's why you learned it so fast." And Luffy will say, "I don't think it's that. I think you're just bluffing, because ornament and observation." No, Luffy's gonna say, "I think you're bluffing because observation was so hard for you to learn." That's when Shanks will just punch Luffy in the face, and Luffy will throw his head back when Shanks punches him, and just hit him with a gum bell straight in his rib cage. And that's when Shanks thinks that Luffy broke one of his ribs, and Garp and Backman are laughing at him. And Shanks will say, "What's so damn funny that you're laughing? This kid broke one of my ribs." And Backman will say, "Alright, Shanks, come over here." Shanks will do so, and Garp and Usopp will say, "Hey, alright, let's continue training." And not Usopp. Luffy will pick up a rock, and this is going to be part of his sniper training, since he's being trained by the whole Red Hair Pirates crew. And him throwing rocks is going to be his sniping test. So he's gonna throw rocks as hard and fast as he can at bottles. And there's at one point where Luffy throws one hard enough, it goes straight through a giant bucket and just gets itself stuck in a tree. Yeah, I thought would be greatly impressed with this and just enhance one of his bullets with hockey and just shoot through 3 trees. Luffy will be very impressed with this and ask Yasop to teach him that. Yasop will say he'll teach Luffy this when he gets older. Luffy will be like, alright. And Yasop wants to conclude Luffy's sniper training there for now, since he's pretty impressed by that. He also wants to go get some food. And Garp will say, alright, Luffy, it's just me and you. And Garp is mainly Luffy's hand-to-hand combat instructor along with Shanks. And Garp will also try to get Luffy a little knowledge about sailing, being smart, I guess. So Luffy's smarts are actually very advanced for his age. He's gonna be smarter than most adults. Well, a good percentage of adults at the age of 6. So Garp's gonna be very happy with that. But Luffy is gonna have the same personality, same goofy, go-lucky personality. So when they're fighting, and we're sparring, Luffy ends up launching a gum pistol at Garp, and it punches, and it lands in Garp's gut, and it shoots Garp into a tree. Well, through multiple trees. And that's when he lands right by one of Daron's bandits. And it so happens that this bandit is the one that Luffy knocked out in part 1. And then when the bandit realizes who it is, he runs to Daron. Daron comes back and is like, what's all the racket over here? And she sees the whole clearing is full of bullet holes, craters in the ground, and at one point she sees a fist imprint, or a giant one, on the ground. That's when she starts questioning Garp and Shanks, and Shanks will just tell her, buzz off, I don't have time for this, I have to go back to training Luffy. And Daron says, I don't think so, because it looks like your chest is hurt. And that's when everyone will just laugh at him, and Daron will just say, alright, try to keep it down. As she just glares at Garp. Garp will say, alright, we'll keep it down. And I'm gonna fast forward a whole year, so this is gonna be when Luffy is almost 8. And he has met Ace now, so is Shanks. When they've met Ace, Shanks is gonna say, you look oddly familiar. And Ace is gonna panic and try to hit Shanks. But when Shanks tries to, Ace grabs his pipe and just snaps it with his bare hand. And then he just smacks Ace on the back of the head and said, now I know you look like my old captain, Goldie Roger. And Ace will be pleasantly surprised, saying, you're on the crew with my dad. And Shanks will say, yeah. And when Shanks asks for Ace's name, thinking he takes after his mother, Ace is gonna say, my name is Goldie Ace. And Shanks will say, alright, my name is Porkus D. Shanks. And that'll surprise the hell out of Ace, thinking all his relatives are dead, but they're not. It's just Shanks that's alive. And they're going to ask Ace to train with them, and Sabo's going to as well. Right now, I'm gonna time skip to when Ace is leaving the island. Since Sabo didn't die, he's gonna mainly be with Ace and Luffy. Shanks will train them in hockey, and they've actually got a good grip. And that's going to be where I cut it off, with Ace leaving island.